A lot of young men nowadays are turning towards religion more so than ever before. And I think that's because there's a time right now where we're going through very tumultuous times in terms of spirituality, in terms of our mental health, in terms of right and wrong, in terms of morality. We're going through a very tumultuous time because it's easier now than ever before to believe a lie and to go on the internet and find all kinds of quote unquote evidence for that lie, and even find an entire community of people who have accepted that same lie and reaffirm you in that lie. And it's very hard to understand what's right, what's wrong. It's very hard for us to understand what's really at the core of who we are in terms of us as human beings, because like I said, there's just so much information out there, and there's so much made up information out there as well, that it's hard for us to kind of understand what's real and what isn't. And I think that's one of the reasons why so many people, so many young men especially, are turning towards religion. And it's because it gives us a little bit more of a clear path as to what's right and what's wrong. It gives us also a little bit more of an understanding of our relationship with ourselves and with the world around us. And this is, I believe it's a good thing, because at the end of the day, spirituality is a great practice. It's something that everybody should do, because it's not something that is exclusive to a particular religion. It's something that everybody needs to do on their own to deal with their own insecurities, with their own demons, with their own ghosts, with their own skeletons. And it's a hard thing to do, and nobody really wants to do it because it's uncomfortable, because it's not really something that you want to go through particularly, but it's something that's necessary because it makes you a better person, it makes you a better man. And on understanding that, it's not really about what's right and what's wrong. There's plenty of videos out there and plenty of content out there on the internet telling you what to believe and who to follow. And I think that there's enough of that going around already. This video in particular is about talking about the benefits of you going through that process and what you should do in order to sort of keep yourself on that path and not really stray and get swayed by would be the animal instincts or the animal urges that lead you astray from finding your true destination in terms of your spirituality. Now, I think that this is very, very important for us to kind of delineate, is the difference between your conscious mind or what you know to be right and your basal animal instincts or your urges, right? Because there's a very clear distinction between those two paths and where those two paths lead. There's this saying out there, I don't really know who said it. I would give credit if I knew where it came from, but I don't. And there's this saying out there going around that says, the path to heaven feels like hell, and the path to hell feels like heaven. And the truth of the matter is there's a lot of truth to that, because whenever you're trying to get to something good in your life, whether it's in your health or in your finances or relationships, whatever it is, maybe let's say you're trying to get really healthy and you're trying to get fit and exercise and diet correctly and do all these things. All of these things that I just described don't really feel good in the moment. When you're exercising, there's not a moment where you say, yeah, this is awesome. It may happen from time to time, but if you ask people who work out consistently, if they always feel like working out, they're gonna say no. The truth is, most of us who exercise regularly don't feel like exercising all the time, but we do it anyways because we feel good afterwards, because we feel good after we've done the workout, after we've put in the work and we start to see the results, we start to feel good. But at the time it feels like shit. At the time it feels like hell. And it's the same with diet. You start introducing vegetables and fruits and grains and legumes and all these things into your diet, and you start feeling good. You start being more alert, you start being more energetic, you become more flexible, you are stronger, you're more capable of doing more things with your body. And you feel better, you have better health, you don't get sick as often, all these amazing benefits. But at the same time, nobody's going out there going, oh man, I wish I had some broccoli right now. Like, if you had a choice between some broccoli and a cheeseburger, like, what is really more appealing to you? The cheeseburger, of course. But you start eating cheeseburgers all day, every single day, all the time, you start deteriorating. And so that feels like heaven in the moment. It feels like heaven when you're having that cheeseburger. But if you do it constantly, it starts leading you down to hell, because you start feeling bad, you start looking bad, you start feeling like not so energetic, you're tired all the time, you're sick all the time, and it starts deteriorating every single aspect of your life. And it's that slow process of just going for your basal instincts that leads you down a bad path. And it's the same thing, let's say, with pornography. A lot of guys struggle with pornography. And it's because it scratches that itch of giving you that primal basal instinct of saying, I want that connection, I want that intimacy, I want to have sex. And you look at these images of people having sex, and it gives you that primal itch, right? And it gives you a little bit of the taste of what it would be like to have that. But at the same time, it starts creating this habit of just going back to it and back to it and back to it and back to it. And every time you need a little bit more and a little bit more, kind of like a drug addict. And it leads you down this path where then it starts creating problems in your everyday life, where you can't even concentrate, you can't even get through the day without going on a porn site. And so the path in between what you know to be right and what you are feeling pulled by in terms of your instincts, or in terms of your urges, right? If you're going based on your urges, then you start to go down a very dark path, because it feels good in the moment, but it feels really, really bad in the long run. And everything that is great and awesome and incredible in your life requires you to feel bad in the moment. But you start to feel good as you keep doing it over and over again. And I think that's something that spirituality gives you. It's something that allows you to get a little bit closer to that dynamic and finding out what is the best path for me morally, what is the best path for me in terms of my spirit, because regardless of what you believe, and I'm not here to tell you what to believe, I'm not here to tell you to subscribe to this religion or that religion, I'm not telling you to have a religion at all. I'm telling you that you should be taking care of your spirit, of your soul. And regardless of whether or not you subscribe to any religion, all religions believe in a soul, by the way. But even if you don't believe in any religion, all of the great minds, like the great philosophers throughout our time, all of them believed in a soul. They took it, that was like unquestionable. Every single one of us has a soul. And the reason why I say that is because if you ask yourself, who am I? Most people will respond with their name. Your name is not really who you are. If you take away your name, you're still you. And then if I ask you again, who are you? You may describe your job, your occupation, or all these things, right? If we take away those things, if we take away your titles or your job, your occupation, we take away all these things, you're still you. If we take away parts of your body, if we take away an arm, if you take away a leg, you're still you. And the thing that makes you you is not your name, it's not your occupation, it's not even your body. It's your soul, it's your spirit. And taking steps to take care of that spirit is, I think, the most important part of it. because that is the thing that is actually keeping you tethered to this world, is that spirit. And the more you take care of that spirit, the more you can actually feel good about your life, feel good about your interactions with people, have better relationships, have better interactions with other people, with your family, with your community, and especially with yourself. And so I think that this turn towards religion, or this turn towards spirituality, is a good thing, ultimately, because it allows us to have that spiritual practice in our lives. And whether or not you believe in a religion or not, it's important for each and every single one of us to have a spiritual practice that we do every single day, that allows us to take care of ourselves, that allows us to understand the differences between what's right for our souls, for our spirit, and what is just our primal basal instincts based on our body, right? And so there's this adage in the Bible that a lot of people repeat, that it says, we fight not against flesh and blood, we fight against principalities, right? And it's important for us to understand that, and there's a lot of wisdom to that, because it's exactly what I'm describing here. It's not really you going between what you believe is right for you in the moment. It's really about separating what's your body telling you to do something and what is your spirit telling you to do something. If your spirit is telling you to get into a stable relationship and get married and start a family, that is very different and much more rewarding to you than going on your basal instincts, which is your body telling you to have sex. And that is probably going to lead you to hookup culture and all these things that you see out there of just people just hooking up with different people and doing polyamory and all of these things, that is just leading you down a path towards disappointment, towards addiction, towards all of these negative things that are going to lead you down a very, very dark path. So differentiating between the two, between your body and your spirit, is actually something that's going to lead you down better actions, better habits, and a better life, ultimately. Let me know what you guys think. This is just my piece. Leave it in the comments, be respectful about it, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care.